Two of the most powerful and significant armed forces in the world are the Chinese and Russian militaries, also referred to as the People's Liberation Army, PLA, and the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation, respectively. Together, they possess a potent mix of sophisticated weapons, personnel, and strategic skills that allow them to account for a sizable share of the world's military might. Both nations have made significant investments in upgrading and growing their armed forces in recent years, which has resulted in their armed forces become more powerful. To truly understand the power of the Chinese and Russian armies, it is essential to examine their strengths, weaknesses, and current military capabilities. We will examine these two armies' historical history, present military strength, and relative military prowess to other global powers in this video. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Historical background. The Communist Party of China was founded in 1921, which is when the People's Liberation Army of China was first formed. In the Chinese Civil War, 1927 to 1949, the PLA was instrumental in the resistance movement against Chiang Kai-shek's nationalists. The People's Republic of China, PLA, was the only armed force in the nation when it was founded in 1949, and its main goal was to protect the communist government. The PLA fought in many wars both within and outside of China under Chairman Mao Zedong's command, most notably the Korean War, 1950 to 1953. China's leadership changed dramatically in the late 1970s, and the nation started a wave of social, economic, and political changes that made it the global power it is today. The PLA saw significant institutional and technical changes, along with China's shift in emphasis from an agricultural to an industrial economy. Under Deng Xiaoping's direction, the modernization of the military was greatly expedited in the 1980s. Deng Xiaoping proposed the idea of four modernizations, which included the modernization of science and technology, industry, agriculture, and defense. In a similar vein, the Soviet armed forces, which were founded in 1917 during the Russian Revolution, are the source of the armed forces of the Russian Federation, popularly known as the Russian Army. The Soviet Union built a strong military under the direction of Vladimir Lenin and subsequently Joseph Stalin, which was essential to the nation's domination throughout the Cold War. The Russian Army experienced several difficulties after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, such as a shortage of money and the need for modernization and restructuring. But in recent years, the Russian Army has seen a substantial reorganization and modernization under President Putin's direction. Military capabilities of the Chinese Army. Manpower, with an estimated 2.2 million active duty soldiers and an extra 510,000 reserve troops. The Chinese Army is the biggest standing army in the world. The PLA is recognized for its intense and demanding training programs, and it has a very tough recruiting process. Furthermore, a big pool of prospective recruits is made possible by China's enormous population, providing the PLA with a substantial manpower edge. Land forces, with 9 group armies, one of which is a fast response unit, 62 combined corps, and 126 combined division strength units make up the PLA's sizable ground force. China now boasts the greatest land-based military force in the world because to the PLA's abundance of tanks, artillery, and rocket launchers. Naval forces, with an estimated 700 ships. China's Navy, also known as the People's Liberation Army Navy, PLAN, is the biggest fleet in the world. The PLAN also has a sizable fleet of submarines, several of which are nuclear-powered and equipped with ballistic missile launchers in the East and South China Seas. China asserts its maritime claims and settles territorial disputes with the biggest fleet of Coast Guard ships in the world, Air Force. Presently, the PLA Air Force has over 2,500 aircraft, including sophisticated fighter jets, bombers, and transport aircraft. China has made significant investments in the development of its own military aircraft in recent years, including the stealth fighter Chengdu J-20 and the stealth multi-role fighter Shenyang J-31, with the introduction of cutting-edge surface-to-air missile systems like the HQ-9 and HQ-19. China's air defense capabilities have also greatly increased. Missile capabilities, with more than 1,250 ballistic missiles that can deliver conventional and nuclear payloads. China has the greatest ballistic missile force in the world. The PLA rocket force has a variety of missile types that may be fired from land, the air, or the sea, including intercontinental, medium-range, and tactical ballistic missiles. China maintains a strong strategic deterrent by developing and deploying new missile systems like the DF-41 intercontinental ballistic missile and the DF-26 medium-range ballistic missile. Cyber warfare capabilities. China has made significant investments in enhancing its cyber warfare capabilities in recent years. A specialized cyberspace operations unit inside the PLAO has been accountable for a number of well-publicized cyber attacks on nations such as the United States. Information warfare, espionage, and intelligence collection are all important components of contemporary warfare, and China employs these tactics in its cyberspace operations. Military capabilities of the Russian Army. Manpower. There are around 1 million active-duty Russian Army soldiers, in addition to 2.5 million reserve members. It is still among the world's greatest forces, although seeming smaller than the Chinese army. But the Russian army has a shortage of personnel for a number of reasons, including an aging population and high rates of attrition brought on by subpar living conditions and low pay. Land forces. About 5,000 tanks, 27,000 infantry combat vehicles, and 33,000 artillery pieces make up Russia's ground army. Though this may appear little in comparison to China's land forces, Russia places a strong emphasis on using tanks and artillery in the event of a ground battle in its military doctrine. Russia also has a sizable contingent of airborne soldiers, who are equipped with the skills necessary to assist ground forces while conducting airborne operations. Naval forces. There are around 350 ships in the Russian Navy, including frigates, submarines, and missile cruisers. The Russian Navy is renowned for possessing cutting-edge and sophisticated equipment, including nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines that provide the nation a formidable sea-based nuclear deterrent. Even if it may not have as many ships as China. Air Force. There are around 1,500 combat aircraft in the Russian Air Force, including transports, bombers, and fighter jets. Additionally, Russia has a sizable fleet of strategic bombers, including the Tu-160, Blackjack, and Tu-95, Bear. The Russian Air Force is being updated, with new planes like the Su-57, fifth-generation fighter jet, being introduced, as well as the current fleet being updated. Missile capabilities. Russia has a sizable stockpile of ballistic missiles, ranging from tactical to medium range and intercontinental. The RS-28 Sarmat, intercontinental ballistic missile, is one of the contemporary missiles available to the Russian strategic missile forces. Furthermore, Russia is creating new missile systems, such as the submarine-launched cruise missile Kalibr and the intercontinental ballistic missile RS-24 Yars. Cyber warfare capabilities. Like China, Russia has made significant investments to develop its cyber capabilities. Cyber operations are carried out by the Russian military's specialized cyber command, both offensively and defensively. Russia's cyber activities are primarily focused on gathering information, interfering with adversary communication and surveillance systems, and carrying out covert operations. Comparison to other world powers. As the world's most powerful military at the moment, the United States continues to be China and Russia's major strategic adversary. Although China and Russia have made great strides in closing the gap, the U.S. military still maintains a huge technological and capability edge. China has an advantage over Russia because of its significant military modernization investments made possible by its quick economic expansion. With little over 1.3 million soldiers on active duty, the United States lags behind both China and Russia in terms of ground troops. But the U.S. military has a big edge over China and Russia because of its better capabilities, technology, and training. With military installations spread over more than 70 nations, the United States also has a more substantial foreign presence than its competitors, offering it a major global edge. The United States continues to outperform China and Russia in the naval sphere. There are around 293 ships in the U.S. Navy, including 11 aircraft carriers, cutting-edge destroyers, and battleships. But China is getting closer to the other power thanks to its sophisticated submarine fleet and quickly growing navy. The United States is unparalleled in the realm of air power, with some 13,400 aircraft, including modern bombers and stealth fighters. The U.S. Air Force continues to be the most potent in the world, while they are catching up to the United States in terms of military aircraft development. China and Russia are still far behind. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Comment below with your thoughts and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.